Hello everyone, today I have a book review of The Fourth Secret of Fatima by Antonio Socci. This was translated from Italian. Now Antonio Socci is an Italian journalist and he did extensive research into the Third Secret of Fatima. And this book is around 230 pages. It was written in 2006. And so it's actually fairly old, almost 20 years old. I don't know how many new developments have come since 2006, since this book was written. I would imagine that there were not very many, but this book is fairly convincing. I have a lot of thoughts about this, and so I've documented a lot of notes that I made. This may or may not necessarily be helpful for a book review, but take it as you will and see if it applies. As for the book itself, though, it does talk about, well, the third secret and was the Vatican disclosing all of the information? Well, there were numerous contradictions in the Vatican's statement on the third secret of Fatima. There is likely an explanation of the third secret by Our Lady of Fatima that has not been published by the Vatican. Cardinal Ratzinger said in 1984 that the Vatican did not want to disclose the third secret in order to prevent religious prophecy from being mistaken for sensationalism. As you know, the Vatican has attempted to portray the attempt on John Paul II's life as the event of the third secret of Fatima, but this occurred in 1981. Ratzinger's comments were in 1984. I would say with this, it seems that Ratzinger is indicating that that was not the case. The attempt on John Paul II's life was not like the exclusive event of the third secret of Fatima that it described. Sister Lucia was under an order of silence from 1960 until her death and did not meet with anyone without the authorization of Rome after that date. She sent numerous letters to Rome after 1960, which were confirmed by the Vatican. Of course, many of those letters had not been disclosed. Pope Paul VI was caught on video ignoring Sister Lucia's request to speak to him in 1967 during his visit to Fatima. Sister Lucia received ongoing apparitions after Fatima, including in 1984. The author Socci asserts that the third secret probably begins with the words, "In Portugal, the dogma of the faith will always be preserved, etc., etc." Words which Lucia included in her fourth memoir, but which are included only as a footnote to the text released by the Vatican. What is meant by this phrase and what does etc. lead to? It's an open question. Cardinal Sciappi, theologian of the Pontifical Household from 1955 to 1989, said in a letter, "In the third secret it is predicted, among other things, that the great apostasy in the Church will begin at the top." Malachi Martin affirms that the third secret supposedly speaks of a pope who would be under the control of Satan. Now, Malachi Martin is certainly a controversial and a strange figure, so take that as you will. Archbishop Loris Capovilla confirmed that there are two texts of the third secret. Only one has been released by the Vatican. Sister Lucia wanted to release a message to the world in 1959, but was instead silenced by the Vatican. John XXIII waited until after he announced that the Vatican II Council would be held to read the secret. And so he read it after. He didn't read it until he announced the Second Vatican Council, which he promptly resealed and denounced the prophets of doom. So those are some of my noteworthy thoughts from the book. So I would actually like to know your thoughts on the third secret of Fatima. These are just some of my notes, and you can find that and much more in Antonio Socci's The Fourth Secret of Fatima. So this has been my book review. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we are the laity, and we will not be silent.